Hello, welcome back to my workshop. Today I'm going to be turning this and this into a baton that I can use for LARP that's both safe to hit people with and get hit with. So let's get started. Things first, what I need to do is I have a foam that is roughly the same height as this, same thickness. So what I want to do is I want to make a stiffer inner core with this in the middle of it, and then top and bottom. So I'm going to take out, just measure out about 1 inch on both sides. Top bottom. And then I just cut with a knife. I just wrapped a little bit of green tape around the edges here to make a little cap. When I put the glue in, it should just hold the shape, and then after I take it off, it'll just be a nice little plug. So let's see if it's hot. It's hot. Alright, so now that the glue has been put in and set, I'm going to peel off. And then once this takes off, there you go. So you can see, nice little plug so that it prevents anything from coming through and prevents the carbon fiber from poking through it. We do the same to the other side. I made this one a little bit longer. I didn't need to. In fact, it might be too long. Yeah, a little bit too long, so I'm going to cut off some of this end. There we go. Nice little disc of glue. Sandwiching all of this stuff onto here and gluing it. I've got some adhesive spray that I'm going to use. I'm going to spray on here and on here, and I'll be right back. I'm not going to film that. All right, thankfully this stuff does not take long to get tacky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the first piece down here, align it with the edge, one side, edge on the other side, and then the middle, and then just press it down all the way along. All right. And then what we do is we just do the same thing with glue on both sides. And then it's been a couple minutes, the other side's tacky, so we just do the same thing. Now, this is the basic of the baton. Now you might be asking, that doesn't look like a baton. Well, you're right. It needs to be 1 inch of padding on all sides, and on the top and the bottom it's only about ½ inch, but on the sides it's 1 inch. So what do? Well, that's why I've got this padding here. This stuff is like upholstery foam. It is much thinner or much thicker, but also a lot fluffier, so you don't worry about getting hit from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim down everything to within ½ inch and then put this stuff on it. There we go. now I have two nice edges. It is a nice little solid thing. And now one more thing we need to do is just round it a little bit so it's not as straight. All right, let's take that again. So it's a much nicer shape now, much closer to a baton. Not perfect, but it should be all right. So this bottom part where my hand is gonna go, this won't get extra padding. The rest of it will. So I'm gonna have to cut that, and this glue let go a little bit here. Maybe just didn't put enough, but I'm just gonna fix it by just adding a bit more glue. I can tell that I am almost out of storage space, so I will be back probably tomorrow to do some more work on this. So, all right, so I've glued, or I've put glue on all of it, adhesive on it, so I'm just gonna see how well this works. I've cut it out, the thicker foam. Now, hopefully, this will work. Should have thought about how I'm going to do this. Okay, it should be tackier now. So let's attempt to stick this on here. I'm not going to fold over the top. Yeah. Now this is Python. Just more. I got some light on, which you doesn't. But that's what it's for. It's not done. So now that since I've got this, mostly combined now, I just kind of need to cut off stuff, round it, make it a little nicer to look at. And then, so since I'm almost out of battery, I will be back tomorrow to do that because I like documenting all the stuff I do. All right, we'll be back. All right, so I glued a little cap here when we were off, or when the camera was off. This doesn't look too bad right now. There's a couple more steps I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some grooves into the handle with my soldering iron, and then I'm going to take a heat gun and blast the outside of it to close up all of the cells so it absorbs the plastic that I'm going to put in better and hopefully smooths it out a bit. Carving foam like this is a little difficult because it is so squishy, but it's safe, so that's the important part. So let's get going. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get Plasti-Dip and spray first this handle, and then I'm going to use it to wrap something around and dangle it, and then I'll spray the rest. So we'll do that. All right, so now we're just going to let this dry a little bit, right between the slats of that rack, which will keep it dry. So we'll come back in a bit. All right, so the first part is mostly cured. It's at least sticky, or not sticky to the touch. So we're going to do the other half, and then we go over it again to make it nice. All right. I sprayed it again, and let's put it back on my makeshift shelf and wait for it to dry again. All right, I've added a couple more layers of the Plasti-Dip stuff on it. It's still drying, but honestly, this is looking pretty good now. It doesn't look, you know, super realistic or anything. I'm still learning how to do all this stuff, so I'm learning what foams and everything to use. I just wanted to make this safe. The game is in 2 months. I don't have time to source the foam that would be required to make it nice and soft and still look like a regular baton. So right now, this is what I'm working with. All right, so the baton is finished. It's nice and safe. You know, nothing hurts for this thing. I know it doesn't look the greatest. I just wanted to make something that is safe. I will take all the lessons I learned from making this thing and make a even better one so that, you know, when if as long as blah, blah, blah. I'll take everything that I learned into making this and make an even better one. I've ordered some foam specifically from a company to make it look even nicer. It should be denser and thinner foam. So hopefully that one will also be LARP safe, but I just wanted to make one that I knew would be LARP safe. And you know, it's pretty quick. I can hit with this, so I think I'll be able to do quite a bit of stuff, LARP with this, and hopefully the next one will also work. So thank you for tuning in. Hope you like this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.